Now, let's get into why I'm really just irritated is because the way that they continue to tease the release of the Epstein files, it's almost like they're teasing the release of Rihanna's album. We've been waiting all this time, but we're talking about something that's really serious here. We're not just talking about, well, Rihanna's album is serious, okay, because I really want that. But let me not even play. I'm doing too much. I already know y'all like, Xavier, don't do that. Don't do too much. But, Mr. Rodriguez being shady with that ding. But on a serious note, we want the list. We are not talking about some pop culture moment. And I feel like that's how this is being treated. I feel like they're treating this like a celebratory, this is cute. Like it's almost downplaying what the severity of this situation is. And really what you're doing by having these phases, having this slow rollout, you are just giving the people who are guilty time to delete, erase, and burn. Heavy on that, burn evidence. You're giving them time to protect themselves. You're getting them time to lawyer up. And they've had many of years to do this, but I don't think a lot of these elitists expected the globalists to lose power and the highest office in our country. But now that we're really starting to take a magnified look at them, you are giving them the time to prepare. So it makes me wonder, is there going to be any accountability? When we start getting these names, let's say tomorrow, you decide to release the names of all the people who are guilty and all the different nefarious behaviors and actions that went along with the Epstein client list. What are you going to do? Are you going to hold them accountable? Because if you already have the list, you already have the names, you already know what people are guilty of, what is it that you're going to do now besides have them be guilty in the court of public opinion? That does nothing. I want these people in cold prison cells next to Diddy. That's where they belong. But instead, we're sitting here treating this like this, it's a pop culture moment, like we're waiting for Wicked 2 or something. I want to see these people be held accountable, okay? I feel like that shouldn't be asking for too much. And I was already feeling that way. And then right before the show went live, I just became so unbelievably pissed off by the way that government accounts are playing in our faces. Can we pull up this image of this tweet that just got put out? They're treating this like a game. Okay, this is the House Judiciary GOP. This is you can see by the gray check on X that this is a government account. And it says breaking Epstein files released. You click on that URL. There is nothing in this world that would prepare you for what you're about to see. You click that link and you get rickrolled. Ain't nothing funny about that. And I like to laugh. I like to sit here and key, but why are you playing with us? Why are you playing in our faces? We are not talking about some cute little moment, okay? We are talking about 250 plus, probably way more than that, children that have been sex trafficked, adults that have been sex trafficked. We're talking about globalist elites that have done some of the most vile, heinous crimes of all time. And we can only imagine how long this has been going on. And you took this as an opportunity to rickroll us. You took this as an opportunity to clickbait, to try to get your little X engagement check. Are you so for real right now? Somebody needs to be fired. Somebody's bills need to be affected. Let's clock the T, call a spade a spade. Let's be so for real. That was a GOP account. So now I want to know who did that and who was it that instructed to do that, green lit that tweet to play in our faces in order to make the new administration look bad and look less credible. I don't want any more photo ops. I don't want any more Fox News one-liners. I want to see the client list. And I speak on behalf of everybody in saying that this is getting exhausting. Now, one thing that people are also mad about is that a part of this phase one rollout, I don't know how many phases there are, but this phase one rollout is starting with they invited a bunch of political personalities and influencers such as Lips of TikTok, my friend DC Drano, Jack Posobiec was there. I believe Cernovich was there as well. A bunch of different people who have been very prolific and influential in the last 4 years and really beyond that when it comes to winning back over the culture. They were invited to be a part of this rollout for the phase. Now, when I saw this picture, it was a little unsettling to me. I tried to be supportive because I'm not a hypocrite. If I was invited to this opportunity, I would have went too. As somebody who is a political influencer, I would have loved to have been a part of this moment. I actually gave a shout out to my friend DC Drano because this is iconic. You are a part of the historic reveal of something that we have been desperately wanting to see for so long. So I wasn't mad at that. And it really does show the impact of new and alternative media. Here at PragerU, myself as an influencer, just externally, like all the different people involved that you have seen over the last few years, we are the new form of media. So as a way of thanking us for all the work that we have done, that's what I saw this as, inviting these influencers, because I even made a tweet saying, I think DC Drano's account, as well as the typical liberal libs of TikTok, they belong in the Library of Congress, okay? When it comes to just literature that has impacted and influenced our nation, unfortunately, most of y'all aren't reading books anymore, and that's half the problem that we have in this country. But what you are doing is you're doom scrolling Instagram. And when you go on Instagram, accounts like DC Drano, Typical Liberal, Libs of TikTok, etc., at Xaviaer, these are accounts that you have seen that have impacted culture. So I was fine with them being there. I still thought it was a little weird. It was a little weird, posting up with the binders, but I get it. But it becomes distasteful when what you've now just given us is a photo op paired with a Rickroll, paired with you're now saying, oh, we're going to give you little nuggets of information. We have waited long enough. We've been waiting decades because people have known about this since, I believe, the 90s, about some of the things that were going on at Epstein Island. It's just gotten more and more momentum with the birth of social media. So it's very insulting to us as a nation that we are now having to wait. Oh, let's get his address book. I don't care who his friends are. I don't care who Jeffrey Epstein's masseuse was. I don't care, unless it was a little girl, then we need to know. I don't care who he was playing golf with, unless it was Tiger Woods, because why were you out there? Shout out to Tiger. I just want to know who's guilty. That's all I want to know.